Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, one of my own personal brews, I want to play a Fling Goyf deck. And this whole idea set off when I saw somebody play Cosmogoyf, I think against me or on a video, I don't remember. But I remember seeing Cosmogoyf and I thought, hey, this card is okay, right? Its power is equal to the number of cards you own in exile, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. The funny thing about exile is that you almost can never interact with how many cards are in exile. Unlike graveyard, which we can exile, or if you have other Goyf abilities, you can, usually it's a graveyard ability that you can just exile the graveyard and, screw that up. But with Cosmogoyf, once the cards are in exile, this creature will have that power for the duration of the game. And if you have 9 or 10 cards in your exile, which isn't that hard to do, this will be a 10-11, right? And 2-mana 10-11 is pretty enticing. That being said, though, it's basically a vanilla at that point, and it's not that good of a card when it's just a vanilla 10-11. But what if we fling at our opponent? The good old Yargle and Moltani Fling. Well, we don't have Fling right now in Standard, but we do have Self Destruct, a 2-mana card that allows a creature to deal damage to any target and itself. But when you deal damage to itself, it doesn't actually die because Cosmogoyf have one more power one more toughness than power, which is kind of funny. So it's a non-destructive self-destruct, non-destructive fling, which is very rare in Standard, but we can do that, or very rare in Magic, honestly, but now we can do that with Self-Destruct and Cosmogoyf. That's my idea of the combo. That's where it started. So my idea was, hey, I got Self-Destruct, I got Cosmogoyf, I can fling for 10 or 11. That's pretty good, right? And if I attack for 10 or 11, then our opponent will be dead. Especially if I attack that onto a Hunter's Talon, giving my Cosmogoyf trample. So all that was the inception of this deck. Then I thought about, the problem with that is, what if our opponent gained a little bit of life? Then, if I had to get over the hump of the 20 damage, that might be difficult. And honestly, my Cosmogoyf maybe not get to 9-10. Maybe it will be just a 5-6 or a 7-8. And in those kind of scenario, I want to have a little bit more damage, and I also want to have a little bit more interaction in the early to mid game. So I added in Screaming Nemesis. So we're already running red anyways. Adding in Screaming Nemesis allow us to self-destruct the Screaming Nemesis, which is an insane ability because now Screaming Nemesis is dealing 3 damage to itself and 3 damage to something else. But as it's dealing 3 damage to itself, that Screaming Nemesis ability triggers, and we can deal 3 more damage to another target or our opponent's face, which will not only deal 3 damage, but also stop them from gaining life for the rest of the game, meaning that our Cosmogoyf is just a matter of time. So that is where that combo evolved. And as I'm playing through some of the trial versions of this deck, the trial versions I used to run for Fenrir, I noticed Fenrir does not draw me the cards, even though I put it in the deck intending for a pseudo card draw at the last ability. It's not that good of a card draw, but might be able to draw me some cards I thought. It didn't. And the problem is, Fenrir always dies. Our opponent always kills Fenrir before we even get to Chapter 2, which they are smart to do that. And because of that, I thought about, Screaming Nemesis is a good card. You know what else is a good card that got released in Edge of Eternity? Requiem Monolith. A 3-mana card that says, until the end of turn, target creature gains whenever this creature is dealt damage. You draw that many cards and lose that many life. And that creature's controller, which would be me in most cases, may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Well, if we target Screaming Nemesis, we can have it, the Monolith, deal 1 damage to the Nemesis. Then we draw a card. Then the Nemesis will be able to deal 1 damage to any target we want by the Nemesis ability, which can also lock down an opponent's life gain. But more importantly, whenever we attack it with the Nemesis now, a lot of times the opponent would just think, well, I'm already locked out of life gain, might as well block it, forgetting the fact that if they block my Nemesis and kill it by dealing 3-4 damage to it with their bigger creature, I am going to draw a lot of cards. That is a hidden tech, not really that hidden, but a forgotten tech that, with the Monolith, I think it's so fun to pull it off on our opponent. So that's the whole idea. The rest of the deck really is to help us get there. We got a little bit of ramp to, cast these early game cards. We got Overlord the Balemurk to bring things back, especially our Cosmogoyf and our Screaming Nemesis. And we have Analyze the Pollen, Urgent Necropsy, and Deadly Cover-Up to collect evidence and exile cards from the graveyard, along with Molt Tender, which second ability is to exile cards from the graveyard. That would allow our Cosmogoyf to grow. And that's the whole idea. So sometimes you'll see me, play Deadly Cover-Up, and instead of just collecting evidence up to 6, I will collect my entire graveyard to make my Cosmogoyf a 7-8 or a 9-10, and yeah, that's the whole idea of this deck. I think it's pretty fun. It's a pretty cool idea. I haven't seen a lot of people try it, but you know, maybe it's not that great. Let's find out in today's games. All right, our opponent is Gui. Koei. He's co-ed. I don't know. We go first. All right, we got a Molt Tender. That is a start. Won't ramp us on turn 2, unfortunately, but maybe it'll ramp us on turn 3. Fenrir is a ramp on turn 2 that we needed, so I guess we're gonna have to play the long... No long run. Play the game in the way it's designed. I'll put the Verge out there. I don't think I'm gonna block. I might block. No, I won't block. Makes no sense to block here. He does the plotting. I mean, if he attacks right now, I will block, right? So, smell card, what are we gonna hit? A land, okay. Ooh, a Screaming Nemo. Do I throw out the Screaming Nemo here? I don't think so. Like, it's a good card, but I can't actually use the Screaming Nemo anyways, so maybe we just Fenrir. Don't ever see this mountain coming. Alright. I don't think he can kill me this turn. I mean, that's famous last words. Here it comes. Slick shot show off. Okay, that's acceptable. Now I have Self Destruct online, which I won't use. Let's mill a car. Let's mill another car. Alright. Well, those are some stuff, right? We'll get out the Screaming Nemos. And do we exile a card here for Langwar Elf? This will exile Self Destruct. So I could have the Nemesis kill his Slick Shot and then deal 3 damage to itself and then kill the 2. I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm just gonna pass turn here. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass turn here. See what he wants to do. This is an instant. My draws have been pretty bad so far, so I'm gonna have to hope that the rest of the draws are better. And I kind of have to draw out a good card from him. Lightning Strike, so we will exile a card from our graveyard, add red. We're gonna kill our Molt Tender. It's gonna pass to combat, so we're gonna have the Nemesis deal damage to itself, and also to your Slick Shot. And the Nemesis dies, and it'll kill your Get To. Get to it! Unfortunately, now I'm just mana screwed. Or, not mana flooded. So we just gotta pass turn and see what they do with the Higher Claw. Challenger. I think we're gonna have to double block here, right? That's a weird attack. He's not attacking with a Higher Claw. Does that mean he has no pumps? But no. Pass the blocker. I want to do the double block. He's got a burn spell? That's fine. A mill card. And then be sad about the card mill. No, not too sad about the card mill. Okay. We're in a top deck war. And I got Deadly Cover-Up. I mean, I should take out more cards, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. And let's take out probably the Ember Heart Challenger. I think it's the most threatening card to me because it draws him cards. He does have Screaming Nemesis as well, and Slick Shots and Burn Spells. What a deck. You'll never see this deck coming. He's gonna top deck a good creature. Top deck a land, please. Be a good player, top deck a land. Thank you. Fenrir. It's gonna get Witchstalker frenzied, but at least we filter out a land. I could have played the Molt Tender first. I don't think he's gonna bolt the Molt Tender. Like, that's normally not what people do. I'll get a Swamp. I mean, I'll have Forest. I don't get a Swamp. Let's get a Molt Tender here. And yeah, let's fill up our graveyard some more. I think I filled up enough that I'll always get mana, but you never know. The Witchstalker probably coming down on the Fenrir. And then what? I start hitting him for 1 every turn. Yeah, I don't also have any card draws. The Fenrir is not a card draw, even though it kind of looks like one. It takes a while for Fenrir to be a card draw. This is a playable card. It could be a land. It is a land. Okay, good. Ooh, a Hunter's Talon. Well, it's not gonna... I can level it up. +1/+0 and trample. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, which I don't right now, so I don't need to level it up. But wait, my face. Ooh, Analyze the Pollen. There we go. Alright. So it won't let me do this for some reason. It's got a weird... I guess the payment is weird, right? So here's... Actually, I want the Screaming Nemesis to take out the Fenrir. Here's 8. I'm gonna search my library for any card. I think Overlord is better than Cosmogoyf, even though Cosmogoyf is most likely what I'm looking for right here. But I do have enough mana to play the Overlord, so I think we do that. Let's get the Overlord out. He is a nice card. And at mill 4, I can bring back the Screaming Nemesis, right? Yeah, that's where the GG happens. Oh, thank God for the Screaming Nemesis. Alright, our opponent is the Pooper Scooper. You're gross. Wow, we gotta go first. Hasn't happened in a while now, but... Do I keep this hand though? It does not have anything. Has removals, but if our opponent's not aggro, we don't do anything with our removal. And the really only removal is nowhere to run, because this fight does not work with Cosmogoyfing at 0/1, and this Feed Cycle requires another land. So normally this would be a mulligan. Especially because we're going first. I do want to hit one of my like 8 1-drops. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's what's up. That's this hand I want to see. Let's go back to Cosmogoyf. That can come back later. Right now, let's get a land or else to get out our Fenrir and go from there. Swamp, Forsaken Miner, yeah. Go Fenrir. Fendineers. What do I get here? Probably another forest. Let's get a swamp. I have 2 forests on board. They are aggro decks, so I'm gonna need to stop this Forsaken Miner if I'm doing things. I don't think I can though. And if it dies, it will just come back, so killing it won't do. There's the Blood Witch. We'll just fling the Cosmogoyf at the Blood Witch. I think we do that. It will never kill itself with the fling, which is very good. I have 2 in the grave. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'll get to 4 or 3. No, 2 plus 3 is 5. I can do math. 5, 6, 7, 8. If everything dies, I have Analyzed the Pollen, but that might take a while. And I don't really want everything to die because I want Analyze the Pollen on the Cosmogoyf. Well, with the Cosmogoyf on board to make it grow. So, unless he's got a kill spell, which in that case, it's just dead, right? He's gonna kill both my Fenrir and my Cosmogoyf. We'll see. We will see. What's the plan? Second miner? Okay, that's the plan. Okay, Cosmogoyf now blocking a miner. What else is happening? Another Blood Witch. These skeleton decks go through creatures fast, so I don't know. Corrupted Conviction, so he's just gonna draw the cards. But he doesn't get to blood me, so he can't bring the miner back for free. Now he's thinking about the Cosmogoyf. Maybe he wants to exile it, which would be pretty annoying. No, just a trajectory. Ooh, okay, I didn't need to. Did not need to bother with this, so that's good. Get ourselves. I already have 2 swamps. Let's get a forest. And we will hardcast our Overlord, the Balemurk. Well, I could bring back a Cosmogoyf. I think that's not bad, right? Fenrir is also not bad. Maybe it is the Fenrir. I can also analyze the pollen. Do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I gotta get rid of Fenrir just to analyze the pollen. Which would get me what here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Either way, it's like this. I'm gonna hide the Self Destruct. You might forget about it. And I will bring in. Is it another Overlord? That's not a bad. I mean, if it's another Overlord, I should have held the first Overlord, right? Ooh, okay. You know what? But it is still another Overlord. It's a good card. No, I couldn't have done that because the Overlord into the graveyard, the ETB trigger, the mill trigger, is what gave me enough to analyze the pollen. So yeah, I didn't play that wrong. I knew I had some thoughts of it, and then I completely forgot about it. Anyways, here's the 5/5. It's a little bit harder to deal with. You can definitely Tragic Trajectory it, and then we'll just play another Overlord and take over from there. Right now, our Cosmogoyf is a 3/4. Not that big. I could have analyzed the pollen some more, I guess. It's tricky. Cosmogoyf is a tricky card. Like, on paper, it looks really good. Then you think about it, then it's less good. Then you try to combo it, and it seems really good again. But then when you play, it's like, okay, I think I could get it to work. Our opponent's roping us. Yeah, because I took a while to make the decision on last turn. And he is thoroughly out, because I... Okay. Yo. Sure. Is that the game? Is that the game plan? I guess. We get a Molt Tender. No. We Overlord first. I'll get a Screaming Nemesis out. I don't have another Landware Elf to play, so I will play a Molt Tender. That's the plan. And Molt Tender grows the Cosmogoyf. Guess the game is over. I think he left. Salty Rope. I mean, it's not like I had some crazy start. I had a reasonable start. I never got to play the Monolith with the Screaming Nemesis combo. That was the one that I thought was just so beautiful. Can you imagine, like, the Screaming Nemesis deals 1 damage to itself, right? Then, it can do 1 damage to itself again, which will draw me another card. Then the 3rd damage I deal to my opponent, so they stop gaining life. So it actually draws 2 cards instead of 1, because of how Screaming Nemesis triggers. That's real fun. But it doesn't matter, our opponent's not playing the game anymore. He is thoroughly out. Started raging. Starting roping. 2-0. Or actually, no, I've just won. Because I guess I took that one turn looking at the Overlord a little bit longer than I should. Pooper Scooper is out scooping poop, so he's no longer playing this game. And he is... Oh, come on. You burned through the rope and you still get to play? That's not fair. Alright, well... Here's the rub. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mill myself to death. Maybe back a Nemesis. I don't think this matters. We bring back a Landwehr Elf. Takes lethal damage and then leaves the game. Mr. Mono Black Zombies. And your poop. Alright, our opponent is Dr. Esquire. And it's a you go first. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Analyze the Pollen is always good because I can try to get a whatchamacallit with it. Well, let's not be around the bush, right? Here's a Screaming Nemesis. Analyze the Pollen can get me a Black Overlord, Balemurk. So that is the good part. He's got 2 mana. So let's do the attack first, see what he does. Doesn't do anything, so we will analyze the Pollen. Get ourselves another land. Negate our analyze the Pollen. I don't know what to say. I have another one. This one I don't want to throw out. You know what? I will throw it out. So I don't want to miss a land drop. But do I throw out the Landwehr Elf for 3 mana? Authority of the Console. Let's attack with the Nemesis. Seems like he has nothing. Maybe he has a negate. What do I even want to get? Why did I crack that? Do I want another black? I want another red. Don't need another red right now. I have 2 black, 2 greens like this. He's got 2 mana like this. Maybe he has another negate. A double negate player? That would be different. Yes, I would like to take action. You take 1. Alright, we also turn off their lifegain. Beza. Well, I can't stop Beza from doing his thing, so I can stop the lifegain though. Okay, one of the fish. I'll get another Screaming Nemesis, which is why I probably should get a mountain. Well, okay, he dealt 4 damage to me, which threw me like 1,000 cards. That's wild. I already played a land too. Okay, so that should throw out the Fenrir. He cannot gain the life, so we will get ourselves a swamp. I guess we'll end the turn from here. He can Day of Judgment this if he wants. He's at 10 life and he cannot gain any life. Well, boy, very precarious situation for a control deck. That's just GG. Alright, our opponent is Sabachion. Sabachi I1. We gotta go first. Alright, again, analyze the pollen if we want to turn on the verges in the future. Seems nice. And we get to ramp like crazy in the early game, assuming I don't get just board wiped. Red. I might just get board wiped now. I spoke too soon. You gonna bolt the bird? You always bolt the bird. Did not bolt the bird. Analyze the pollen. Really useless right now. And my hand's pretty bad. Honestly, I kept the hand because it has lots of good ramp, but it got nowhere real quick because of the draws. So if I get flooded, I will be screwed, right? I need to have 8. This is 1, 2, 3. I need Molt Tender to really shine here by milling me some good cards. I guess that's the best hope for me to analyze those pollens. Or not. It's already dead. He's shocking all the landware elves. Alright. 18 turns to go. He's gonna plot? Oh yeah. How did I know he was gonna plot? I must be a genius. Or maybe every red deck plays the same way. I don't think I... Did I throw out the Cosmogoyf? 1, 2. I won't get there fast enough. I need to collect all 8 evidence before playing the Goyf. Otherwise the Goyf is just fodder to shocks. Still think I can kill the slip shot. The Challenger is real good too. That's the problem. Oh my god, stop giving me lands! Oh shit. This is so bad. Like, I've drawn nothing but mana source. And he has 2 Emberheart Challengers. Just buff it. Do it. I don't need these mana source anyway, so you got it. I will jump. Alright, this is a start. It's a start that's a little bit late. But hey, you know, maybe the Goyf will give me there. 5. There's 6 cards in my graveyard. If I analyze the pollen all 6, I might be able to... Oh no, he's plotting. Alright. If he plots like that, I don't think I have a chance. Because, he just needs to deal 10 damage with 1 card. He could do that. He can also not attack. I want him to kill my Overlord, right? It's a threatening card. He wants to put his threats, so he puts his burn spell at it to kill it. Witch Stalker Frenzy? Okay. Well, now it's an issue because I take 6 and I go down to 6. And I don't have any ways to gain life. What do I even get? Another Overlord? I can get a Screaming Nemesis. Seven, 8 Goyf. Would he get first strikes? 7, 8 Goyf. I just got to put the 7, 8 Goyfs out there. Flick shot. If he burns me at all, I die. That's fine. I mean, our opening was quite awful. If he burns me, I die. Yeah, that's fine. We almost got there. Alright, our opponent is the Zolginlahor. Yo. Alright, we go first. 2 wasteful Verge, which means we cannot turn on the Overlord. This is a good combo, which I don't even have red for right now. I guess we do the mulligan. Either all lands or none of the lands. That's been my experience every game so far. So we'll keep 6. We'll put away the Cosmogoyf. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. 2 Overlords is fine. I would need all of them. 10 to the mode. Verge, huh? Unfortunately for me, it seems like I am quite flooded. Alright, let's get a Landware Elf. Because this is playable. If I draw a land, I do get to hardcast an Overlord next turn. Whoa, landfall. What does this do? Whenever land you enter target creature, base power 3/3. If you draw 6 land, it becomes 6/6. Very scary indeed. Do I just cast an Overlord into a Screaming Nemesis? Target becomes 3/3. Draws 6 or more lands, becomes 6/6. No, I think he gets damage in. I don't see him not removing the Nemesis or not interacting with the Nemesis. So, also it flies. Okay, so he has untapped lands for days, which means that, well, first we play the land. Then the Screaming Nemesis goes in for the 3. So you have interaction. Like a bounce spell into the flung. Okay. So my Nemesis was bounced. So then I will try to play it again. There was a stick. I don't know what that stick was. I have 2 black. I don't need more black. Let's play the Requiem. Probably get countered, to be fair. But it does make more threats. It didn't get countered. Wow. Maybe he has another into the Flum Mall? He didn't have another into the Flum Mall. All these good things are happening to me. I will draw a card. I already played a land this turn, so that will be it. Screaming Nemesis is an insane card. The card's not fair. He gets a 3/3 or a Boroid. Or Boroid's also very threatening. He also flies. What do you do? Deal 1 damage to the Ouroboros? He's not going to block with it. I could draw a Fling, though. I don't draw a Fling. I mean, I could, right? That was the thing. So, I didn't draw a Fling. What else can I do with it? Whoa! That's wild. Why would he do that? Just get to deal 2 damage randomly to something? Did I do 2 damage to this Xenomorph? No. 2 damage won't kill it anyways. Yeah, there we go. Now we got the stuff. The stuff of legends. Let's get more cards in our graveyard, shall we? Takes out this. will hard cast an Overlord of the Balemurk. I would like my... I have one Self Destruct. Maybe, yeah, let's get the Screaming Nemesis back. That's GG. He blocked it over or Void. He just gave me the game. Wild. Alright, our opponent is the Bill Nukem. Don't nuke them, they're nice. You're gonna hurt their feelings. Oh, we gotta go first. Bloomy Marsh, Landward Elf, going first. Okay. Bloomy Marsh, Landward Elves. We get Overlord next turn, and it kind of goes off from there. Hopefully in a good way. Chocobo. Alright. I can also Hunter's Talon the Chocobo. That is one removal. You gotta remove all the things you can against the Chocobo deck. They go big quick. Paramorphic Expanse. Okay, he's just gonna crack that land. I'm gonna do it in response just to show him what's up. I got mountains. Okay, let's go with the Overlord of the Balemurk. What are we gonna mill here? A Landward Elf, which is good. A Fenrir is also good. But, this is difficult because I want the Landward Elf, but I also want the Fenrir, right? Can I afford to get the Fenrir? I will do it, and probably regret it because the Hydra comes down this turn. But even the Hydra comes down, do I die immediately? Boy, I guess I do. Make this a 2. If I drew a land here, it would have been slightly different. I didn't draw a land. I mean, there's no guarantee that I would have drawn a land here, right? So, we'll play the Fenrir just to ramp. Set up the swamp. And then try to survive this turn. So what we gotta do. Yep. It's about to get scary. Doubled twice. And then it goes to 8 and then 16. Okay. I mean, we're still alive, so... Oh, almost killed myself there. Hydra's real scary. So what do we do here? We gotta take out 3... Honestly, get rid of all of it. Do we take out the Chocobo or the Hydra? Hydra's the scarier card. Oh, that's a lot of Hydras you got in your hand. He does have a Snakeskin Veil, which is... That's gonna be difficult. I do have a Goyf that I can play. I can get a creature land, or creature land, a land that's a creature, but like, what does this do for me? Whereas in Goyf draws me a card. Yeah, but I do this either way, right? It does not draw me a card. Why did I think it was going to draw me a card? That's not how this works. I didn't level it up. Math is hard, man. Just let it go. That was the one card I'm afraid of, because Tifa will have trample. This way I could throw down a Screaming Nemesis. I cannot attack, but I will get another 5/5 on board. So I can't imagine him getting Tifa to be that big. Right? To go through all my creatures? Huh. Does he have a second Snakeskin Veil he wants to play? He does have a second Snakeskin Veil he wants to play. We have to do it there. It's not too big. Which would you kill there, buddy? It's not indestructible. You gotta kill the Overlord. No? Wow, that was a wild turn. Because he gets one card out of this. What if I just attack? Now I can just get my Goyf back. I don't know if you thought this through. I'm gonna get the Goyf. I'm gonna get the land wealth. It's okay. I did not misplay. I did not intend to attack with the Screaming Nemesis. And now our board has 9 toughness to his 1 land, or 1 card, which is a chocobo. Yo. What? GG. You gonna quit? Not gonna, oh, and okay. After we win, here's the nowhere to run. Just gonna do the 1 attack. Why did I just kill him? BM, that's why. I am very good at B and M. It's totally not because I forgot that I had lethal. It's totally BM. I'm very, very bad at this game. I BM all the time. Look at this. He's gonna somehow draw 6 damage spell on the top of the deck. He's gonna corrupt me with Forest. That's what's gonna happen. Forest Corruption. Here you go. New card. New WotC card. Forest Corruption. I mean, our opponent refused to leave, even though he lost. So it threw me off a bit. Alright, so I guess we'll cut the video here. No one wants to see this salty rope. He's just sitting there with his little forest. He's good gaming me, hoping I leave, or hoping I DC, I guess. So I'll cut the video here. We'll come back. How many rope? There's not a lot of rope. I'll cut the video. I'll come back once he actually leaves. Alright, we're back. So our opponent, Bill Newcomb, is the sorest of all sore losers and insists on burning all through his rope just because he lost with his stupid chocobo deck. That all it does is just, you know, play a land and attack. And I guess we're gonna have to sit through all the ropes, which we did, and now we're gonna go to my turn, and then we just turn cards sideways. Target, let's make a Screaming Nemesis. No 4. We return another Cosmogoyf. It don't matter, huh? It don't matter. None of these matter. Alright, GG. Get the F out. Learn some manners. Welcome back, everyone. So now that you saw all those Fling Goyf games, how does this deck feel? So in the intro, I kind of forgot to talk a little bit about the whole deck list because I was a little bit too excited to try to play this game. But now that we're going at the end of the outro, at the end of the video, I want to talk about the deck list and how it's how I played it. So I had to fine tune a little bit, like I said in the beginning, that I had to cut Fenrir down to 2 to fit in the Requiem Monolith. I also cut a Molt Tender to fit in the 3rd Requiem Monolith, and I have 3 Analyze the Pollen and 3 Land War Elves instead of 4 Land War Elves and 2 Analyze the Pollen, because I want to have more Analyze the Pollen. It's a very, very good card. It's not just to help us fix our land draws. It also, in most cases, help us grow our Cosmogoyf while drawing Overlord the Balemurk or tutoring for Overlord the Balemurk. Right, so here we have 3 Land War Elf, 3 Molt Tender, and 3 Analyze the Pollen. Normally, turn 1, we want to play one of these cards, and then Analyze the Pollen is held for much later. So that's the idea. Turn 2, we have Hunter's Talent, which we could play if nothing else. And, you know, you saw in that last game, we Hunter's Talent on the Land War Elf just to kill a Chocobo and something. But more importantly, we're not really playing a turn 2 or 2 mana spell on turn 2 if we get to ramp. We want to play a 3 mana spell on turn 2, right? So a lot of our 2 mana spell are interaction or removal pieces. 2 Nowhere to Run, 2 Feed the Cycle, 4 Self Destruct, and 4 Cosmogoyf as part of the combo. So those are all of our 2 drops that we're probably not going to play on turn 2. Turn 2, we hopefully have 3 mana with the Land War Elf, or even with the Molt Tender, if we somehow got a card into the graveyard. You know, if our opponent, you know, make us discard a card or something, we could get a 3rd mana, which we can then play one of our 2 Fenrir, one of our 4 Screaming Nemesis, or one of our 3 Requiem Monolith. Turn 2, I also forgot, Overlord the Balemurk, right? 2 mana is Overlord the Balemurk. This is a temple play that we want to play on turn 2. We also have 1 Season Assist that you can technically play on turn 2 to exile our opponent's graveyard, or 2 cards from our opponent's graveyard. It's not that great, but it's something that you can consider doing for turn 2 play if you got nothing else to do. Or you can exile 2 cards from your own graveyard just to make your Cosmogoyf a little bit more threatening moving forward, which is viable, right? Cosmogoyf is always a good card because it always synergizes with Self Destruct and it will never kill itself because its power is always 1 less than its toughness. So that's our 2 mana and 3 mana play. Then we go to the 4 mana play. We got 1 Urgent Necropsy. 5 mana play. We got 1 Deadly Cover Up. And then we have another 1 mana play, Analyze the Pollen, that I put aside. Remember, this is, you normally want to collect evidence 8 just to get Overlord and Balemurk. Overlord is very important with this deck because it allows us to chain the Screaming Nemesis and the Cosmogoyfs and always threatening our opponent until they just don't have anything else left to fight us. So, as you can see, once you look at the actual curve, most of it's centered around 1, 2, 3 drops, right? There's 1 4 drop, 1 5 drop. We don't need that many lands. So there's 22 lands in the deck only. Even that, I think this might be a little bit too much. So I have 2 swamps, 2 mountain, 3 forests. We need a lot of basic lands because, well, Fenrir draws basic lands. Analyze the Pollen on the basic side without collecting evidence is also basic lands. So this is our land fixing with 7 basic lands and 3 Fable Passage, which would also help us draw all our basic lands. Then we go to our dual color land. We're in Jund, but mostly in Golgari, right? We only have 8 red cards. Technically, 2 red cards, each 4 ofs, because they're very good cards, but that's why we don't have that many red, green, or red. We don't have any red, green, and we don't have any red, black lands either. We have 4 Blooming Marsh and 4 Wastewood Verge. So Blooming Marsh starts off black, green. Wastewood Verge starts off green. This makes that we can always cast our turn 1 green spells. Then we have 4 Blazemire Verge, which is black-red, starts off black, so it doesn't turn off most of the black spells that we want to play. And occasionally, should we need to play red spells, we will be able to, because we have swamps and we have mountains that we can fetch with the Fable Passage or with Fenrir. So that's the whole idea. This is actually a really fun deck that I played through today, and the win rates, surprisingly, didn't do too bad. I think I won 7 out of 10 games. A few was off the old format, or the old version that I did not keep, and I definitely lost with the old format with 4 Fenrir, so I had to cut them, and I brought in the Requiem Monolith. Honestly, when I brought back in the Requiem Monolith, I think I only lost 1 game, and that was to a burn deck that, you know, somehow I just could not draw my Requiem, or I don't remember what happened, but they burned us out too quickly. Right? We had 2 Cosmogoyf, I remember, at the end that could have won us the game the following turn, but we were just too slow. So that could happen. Ultimately, I think this is a very fun deck. Is this top tier? I don't know. Probably not, but it is one of the more fun decks I've brewed recently. And I really just, I love the Fling synergies with Self Destruct. And I used to play a Yargo Moltani deck back in the days that we tried to Fling for 18. Actually, we tried to Fling for 20. And that was fun, right? It's not a good deck back then because, it's very easy to interact with, but it was very splashy, and I like that, or very flashy. And this deck, however, I think is way better because every time we get the synergy to work, we fling a very big things at our opponent and they just die. But today, I almost never got to fling the Cosmogoyf just because I had so much fun Requiem monolithing the Screaming Nemesis and then flinging Nemesis on Self-Destruct, dealing 6 damage at a time. That was fun. And that's really how I feel about this deck. Maybe there might even be a deck out there with just the Monolith and the Screaming Nemesis that I haven't really thought of yet, but that's gonna be my next challenge. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.